Hi, I'm Jake Carter.
And I'm Nathan Carter.
And I'm Karen Bourne.
And welcome to The Carter Couch.
Great to be here, Jake. And Karen, thanks for having me.
Imagine me walking around to the pub in a bikini. I wouldn't be allowed in.
Why did you pick bikini?
These podcasts, they get great ratings.
Listen, it's very good to be on the Carter Couch. I'm loving it.
Yeah, hang on one second. And he's on this game, and I'm like, who's that you're playing? And first of all, can I say he's always losing? But when I check and I'm like, Jake, you're shite at playing it. Oh no, this is just
Every time I do Mark Wahlberg, I don't know what it is. Like, you look at him, and he looks like the most fit, athletic person in the world. But what is it? Why does he get out of breath all the time? All the time.
Hello?
Hello, Nathan. This is Sarah here from Ars Noctron.
Hello. That's it, you're right for not doing this episode, mate.
Years ago, you used to just stick a bleeding sheet on you and you were,
That's
you
exactly,
are a ghost.
yeah. You'd put a bin bag and a
Or
screen
do you know what I
mask.
used to do?
Hello, everyone. I'm Jake.
And I'm Karen.
And welcome back to The Carter Couch, episode number 6. How are we all feeling? We all good?
Static.
Feeling good, Karen? How are you feeling, Nathan? He's looking a bit flat today, isn't he?
He's a man of few words today.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do as all the talking for him today, Karen. Well, you're very welcome back to episode 6 of The Carter Couch.
I can't believe it's 6 already.
We are halfway through the season already.
Well, what do you mean? It's only 12 episodes in a season.
Unless you want to keep going, Karen.
No one told me. It was only 12.
We're going to start this episode by looking at your messages from last week. We want to say a big shout out to Diane and Colin, who are listening from over in New Brighton in Merseyside. I wonder, was there ever an Old Brighton? Why is it called New Brighton? Strange. Nathan, you've gigged loads in New Brighton, haven't you, in the past?
Oh.
Yeah, okay, right. We have a big shout out here for someone who loved Jake's take on AirPods last week. It really is crazy that we've gotten to a stage in life where we don't know if the person walking down the street is on the phone or if they have just lost the plot and having full-blown conversations with their imaginary friends.
That's actually very true, but you ever notice it's very dangerous even if you're out. Like,
see the
do you
fella
ever
this
see
morning?
fellas on a bike and they're just
Exactly.
with their AirPods? Or, like, I think my dad actually is a bit of a culprit of that. He has his earphones in, he loves listening to Spanish. Random, I know.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Bien.
That's
but
all I
he's
do.
walking around and like he'd just be crossing the road, not even minding because he's thinking of Spanish sentences in his head.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
be
there was
always afraid in case he get run over.
Idiot on the phone this morning as we were driving in on a bike in the middle of the road with his AirPods in. So that is one of the negatives about them. Don't wear them while you're on a bike. Right, we want to say a big hello to Ben and Lauren from Swords, who say they love the podcast and listen and watch it every week. Someone has wrote in saying, it's not really a question, but can one of you get a P.O. box for fans? Do people still have P.O. boxes?
What's that mean?
I think it's like a post box, isn't it, that you go and collect the stuff from?
Actually,
Don't know. Like, I don't know what people would want to send us, to be honest, but
Oh my God,
we
send
might
us, yeah.
consider doing that. We want to say a massive hello to Becky Laverty from Belfast, who's watches the podcast multiple times every week and can't get enough of it.
Oh,
and
thanks,
finally,
Becky.
a big hello to Yvonne, not Yvonne, as I was
Jake
saying
was
before.
saying Yvonne. I was like, here, how
But
long
some
are you in
people, I
Ireland
think,
now?
do say Yvonne, no?
Who says Yvonne?
It's just
No one.
Yvonne. Right, hello, Yvonne Byrne. Is any relation to yours, Karen? No?
That's me auntie. I'm joking. No, I don't know, but hi.
So a big hello to everyone. If you want to get in touch with us for anything throughout the episode, make sure you send us an email to thecartercouch@gmail.com, or you can get us on social media at thecartercouch.
Cute.
As I'm sure you have all worked out, Nathan is not with us this week. We suspended him for this episode due to a lack of comedic value.
Oh.
Just in case he's wondering. But due to his absence, I am very, very happy to announce that we've ramped up the guests for this week's episode. And I'm delighted to announce that we have some of the biggest celebrities in the world.
Oh.
Biggest celebrities you can name on this episode. So later on, you're going to hear us talking to a whole host of them. We're going to play a little montage of them now. We have the one and only Gordon Ramsay with us today.
Okay. Is that what you want? So good. Okay. Amazing. Great to be here, Jake. And Karen, thanks for having me. It's an amazing place, lovely. We all love a good dance. I love dancing, you know. It's brilliant. And it's amazing. Wow. I don't want to swear, okay? Especially not in front of
You can
Lenny.
swear, it's okay.
No,
on
I
this
don't want. No,
podcast.
not in front. No, listen. Don't get me to swear in front of Lenny, okay? Please don't. Okay. I'll call everyone a donkey, okay? An idiot sandwich, all of that. Okay. Wow.
We also have the one and only Mark Wahlberg with us.
I gotta tell you, it's great to be here. Really good, you know, here on the Carter Couch. Loving it, it's really all good. Do you know what? Every time I do Mark Wahlberg, I don't know what it is. Like, you look at him, and he looks like the most fit, athletic person in the world. But what is it? Why does he get out of breath all the time? All the time. It's like that. It's like he's hyperventilating. What's he doing that for?
It's amazing. The guests are just going to get better and better. We also have the one and only Mr. Conor McGregor.
I tell you, listen, it's very good to be on the Carter Couch. I'm loving it. Do you know what I mean? If we had a nice view of the moon out there, I'll tell you, it'd be something else. be something else, my friends. You know what I mean? Or that what? Right here, listen, it's at a very low level. Do you know what I mean? It's at a level we've never seen before, mate. So I don't know what's going on here. So 100%.
We have Tyson Fury with us as well, Karen. Can you
Oh
believe
my
that?
God, these guests are unbelievable this week.
Well, I tell you what, 100%. When I do Tyson Fury, of course, you're talking about the greatest heavyweight of all time, one of the greatest, and he's going to win that rematch against Usyk. But when I do Tyson, I do his dad as well.
See, I talk like John Fury, Big John. And he said, my son's the greatest heavyweight of all time, the greatest, Karen. There's no man who can beat my son. I've got some great sons, let me tell you. And then I have Tommy.
Yeah, just want to say, absolutely delighted to be here on the Carter Couch. We're having a good time, so everything's all right.
And I don't know how we're going to fit all these on the couch, but our final guest as well that you're going to hear from is Mr. Donald Trump.
What?
Well, I got to tell you, it's really great. I've done some great rounds of podcasts the last couple of weeks. It's been really good. We were on the Joe Rogan podcast. We were talking a lot about... It was very big. This is bigger. This is a lot bigger, let me tell you. So it's great. It's great to be here. We're going to beat Kamala. We're going to beat her. She's losing. And let me tell you, it's the podcast world, it's booming. It's great. She's doing no podcasts. I think she did maybe one or two. I'm doing lots of podcasts.
Them all.
I know lots about, listen, these, you know what I love about Trump and what he says about podcasts? He doesn't know that they get views. He says, these podcasts, they get great ratings. It's as if he's talking, it's as if he's living in the noughties. He's watching The Apprentice. It's really great.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the Carter Couch comedian, impressionist, and all-round gentleman, Mr. Foran. It is great to have you here with us. You're very welcome.
Delighted to be here.
We're here in
Oh my God,
our
you
studio
sound so
today.
different when you just talk like yourself.
That's his best impression.
I'm
Al Foran.
absolutely amazed. I've never ever seen somebody with such a broad range of accents. I don't want to hear you do mine.
I sent
Actually,
Al a text last night asking, does he mind if we ask him to do some impressions? And the list that you sent, there must have been about 40 names on it, in fairness. How do you remember them all?
I mean, look, there's a lot of practice. Remembering is a key thing because you're teeing me up with everyone. So when I do a gig, you know, I've got to have a few sheets of paper in front of me to remember what impression I'm going to next, what scenario I'm going to next. You know, usually a lot of my gigs also would consist of me kind of, you know, in an interview setting with an MC, and I give them a list and questions attached, and we kind of go from there. So it's when you're doing it like off the cuff, off the fly, it is hard because there's a lot of characters there. There's a big enough repertoire there that you have to remember, you know.
Yeah.
how did you one day just kind of get into it? Like, how do you know you can talk like Donald Trump?
That's practice, though. That's practice. See, when I started doing the Trump, it was very like that. It was very loud, and then I think the last couple of years he's got a little bit older.
He's getting a bit older now.
The voice is getting a little bit lower, and he's talking like that. He still has the movements. He still talks like that, but there's it's the neck. The neck has to be very what's the word for it? There has to be kind of a bit of tension in the neck, and you're moving the neck in kind of a robotic way.
So you really have to examine each person you're doing.
Well, take, for example, it's like Michael Keaton. He's not a big fan of mine, the guy who played Batman.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and when he wore the Batman mask, the cowl they call it, he had very limited movement. He couldn't move his neck like that, so he had to move it like this. So that's what Trump does when he's talking to people. It's like he's wearing a Batman cowl.
You don't just do the voices as well when you watch it. You're doing all the mannerisms and all the little things that people pick up on.
Well, here's something that I just find so interesting. When you learn to do a new impression, when you get the voice spot on, the mannerisms actually they naturally come with it. There's no step-by-step process. So it's like you're essentially morphing into the character. It's not like, oh, I've got the voice down, now I have to learn how he moves. It's so strange, I can't explain it, but you just naturally... And does you morph into them physically as well.
Does it take you long? Say you have someone that you want to impersonate.
Yeah.
How long before you will start doing that in front of a crowd?
There's a range of time, Jake. It could be 2 hours or it could be 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You don't know. Like, Klopp was the one that took months. I still think I need to work on my Klopp.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Because when you're talking like Klopp, you have to talk like that very much, and for sure, there's lots of movement here and lots of movement there.
Fucking brilliant.
No, for sure. And that's it. When you're talking like Jurgen Klopp, it's great with Liverpool, and obviously I'm finished now and not in football management anymore. But yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God!
But do you have any like really funny impersonation stories? Like, Have you ever used them to prank anyone or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a couple of prank calls. There was one Conor McGregor one a couple of years ago where we prank called Freddie Flintoff and Robbie Savage.
Right.
Was it Robbie Savage? Yeah, it was Robbie Savage. They had their own podcast at William Hill. And this is before the McGregor-Mayweather fight. And I remember we got Freddie Flintoff good. He thought like they were interviewing McGregor. And I was very fucking... I was told by William Hill, it was for William Hill, I was told, you know, you got to be really tough with Freddie Flintoff over the phone. You got to be...
And he full on believed it, did he?
Yeah, he fell for it.
Of course you would, you're identical to him.
Yeah, so and then I was talking like that to Freddie Flintoff. I was saying, listen, I don't want to be taking any advice from a fucking cricketer. You know what I mean? You know nothing about the fight game and all. It was very like...
You went in on him?
Yeah, and then he called me a knobhead at the end. I was like, oh no, I was just told to say that to you. But we did one a few years ago with them. Never got out, actually.
And who was that? Who were you impersonating?
It was Trump.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah. It was when he was visiting the UK and we were calling a couple of hotels and we were speaking to management and, you know, I was kind of playing the part of a secretary in the White House.
You know, Mr. Trump is a big fan of your hotel chain. He'd love to stay there and he'd actually love to speak to you guys directly, you know.
And so I was, as Trump, directly to these people. I said, you know what, this is what I don't like. I don't like people doing jobs for other people. I don't like them, you know, them talking to you guys. I'd like to speak to you guys before I stay in this hotel. And let me tell you, it'll be a great visit. And okay, yeah, can I speak to the next manager? There was a chain of about 14 managers in this hotel.
Boss, did you?
Yeah.
And did they believe you?
Oh, we had to stop at that point.
But you 100%, of course you'd believe. Like, I've never heard anyone to sound so like the person.
Yeah.
And if I had
it got a bit scary.
If I had that in my arsenal, I think every week that I'd be ringing a Chinese takeaway, I'd try and just mimic someone else.
I literally
just
thinking of that.
Ringing the local
I was
Chinese
just
and me
thinking
pretending
that.
to be Donald Trump, imagine.
Do you know, I haven't done the classic kind of drive-through impression thing
in
before.
McDonald's?
Oh my God, that would be such a good idea.
You'll have to do that.
I haven't done that.
The views will be huge. Right, so there is a link. We haven't just randomly brought you onto the podcast today. Myself and yourself are going to be sharing the stage later on in the year doing pantomime.
Yes.
How are you feeling about
you're
that?
not.
Hey!
We've heard that one before. Are you excited for that?
Very excited.
Yeah, we're in the Lark in Balbriggan, which is a lovely theatre that's only been open the last year.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful theatre. And the people involved in the Lark they're great people to deal with, and it's just fantastic for, you know, the community around that area. Not just Balbriggan, but Balbriggan, Skerries,
Luss, the whole
Rush.
kind of north Fingal area, isn't it?
Even over Bettystown, even around that area there, like it's great for people there. So yeah, it's fantastic. I'm delighted to be a part of it. It's great. Like I have a 5-year-old daughter, and
super,
she went to the Panto last
year. She's at a nice
year.
age.
She's at a lovely age, yeah. And she went to the Panto last year and she loved it. And it was great crack. And obviously, you know, I know David.
Yeah, David Gilner is on. He's our Dame.
Yeah, the Panto Dame. I've known David years as well, so it'd be great to work alongside him. And
it's a great team of people. And is this isn't you've done Panto before, haven't you?
I've done Panto before. I did the Olympia a few years ago.
Lovely. And what's the role that you're playing this year?
The spirit of good, yeah, wasn't it the spirit of good?
The spirit of
good. He's like, I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah, the spirit of good. Yeah.
And we've a funny story about the first time that we actually met.
Jake was only telling me this actually last night, and I was in a kink.
I'll let you tell it instead of me. Will I tell my side of the story first?
Yeah, actually, I'd love to hear your side.
I walked in, we're doing the photo shoot. This was about 2 months ago, was it?
Yeah.
And I was actually in a bit of a hurry because
You're always in a hurry.
was gigging in the Bord Gosh that day. So I had to get back there before kind of sound check to sort dressing rooms and make sure the lads were all there. So I was rushing in, got to the dressing room and was handed my stuff. And I was wearing like a white vest.
What are you, Prince Charming?
I am Prince Charming, yeah.
Of course you are. Yeah.
So I took my vest off. I just had a vest in this jacket on because it was quite warm. It was summertime. Hung my vest on the door and randomly folded all my other clothes on a chair. So got changed, did all the photo shoot, and then they made us go outside to do photos. And I'm already looking at me watch, and I'm like, I've got to get going. Like, do you know what I mean? So I was chatting to Sean, the producer, and I was like, Sean, do you mind if I dart in the next half an hour? He was like, no, that's fine. So I was getting ready. You were getting changed. I went back into my dressing room then. We were all sharing the one dressing room to get my stuff, and last year when we were in the lark, that you probably don't know this, but there was a bit of a game of people were constantly hiding stuff. So I was like, I haven't even started the panto again, and this has already begun again. So I'm going around looking for me fucking white vest, and I'm like, I don't know where this is. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, have you took my vest? And they're all like, no, what are you on about? So I then just put my jeans on and put me like jacket on over, and like, I'm just gonna have to go because I've got to go. And I looked over at Al, and he's looking around, and I didn't know anything. Right, I'll let you take on the story now from this point.
Yeah, from that point. Yeah, so I'm thinking earlier. I'm thinking I have there's the costume there, and there's this vest, size medium. I think, oh, flattering. Oh my God, they must think greatly of me here. So yeah, because there's not much underneath it, you know? No, it's a waistcoat. So I put that on, and for about 3 hours, and then we get back, and you're in a rush. And I've copped it for 5 minutes, by the way, and I'm just trying to prepare myself either to sneak in, take it off, and it magically just crops up somewhere. Oh, there it is. But no way, because Jesus Christ, you're covering the room like fucking like Park Ji-sung against Andrea Pirlo in the Champions League game 2010. So I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, there's no way I can take this off. So I just had to muster up the courage for.
Oh, did you say? You just said. Oh, sorry, I'm actually wearing it. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually. Yeah, I'm sure you were thinking I was about to say something.
The worst thing is, I think then, because I felt bad, so I was like, oh fuck now, like this is the first time I've met Al, and he's gonna think I'm an idiot running around like shot me head off looking for this vest, and then he's like, oh sorry, I've actually just got it on.
Because the costume was hung up beside the vest.
On the door, so someone had put your costume over the vest. Then
so I was thinking, Sean would probably put the lovely.
But then I don't think you weren't done either for taking your pictures, so I was like, I'm gonna have to make him get undressed now to take this vest back. I was actually in my head.
I was done.
I was done. But I was like, in my head, I was like, can I just go with my jacket? I was like, no, I can't, because people are going to think like, oh, what sort of fashion sense is this? Do you know what I mean? Especially landing in the board, gosh.
No,
like,
Jake literally told me that story last night, and I was like, that is one you couldn't even write.
So
the first time meeting someone, you were sitting in his vest being like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, it was. I was like,
but fairness, Al, who wears one of those wife beater vests?
I don't.
Like,
look,
are you with me on that?
Listen, he pulled it off.
Does he?
He did pull it
off you then.
He did. No, he did. Yeah, he did. Well, let's just say it was a bit more inflatable on him after it took it off me. But like he did, it was.
I know, but it's not something you just think it's his t-shirt. It looked like part of a costume.
No, I was thinking when he walked out with just the jacket, I was like, oh, okay.
All right, whatever you're into me.
No, but no. Like, the first minute I copped, because he was looking for the vest, I was thinking, oh, he's looking for something. And then I copped, oh, Jesus Christ, it's the vest.
It's what I'm wearing.
It's what I'm wearing.
Oh, that is creepy, guys.
Right, everyone, we're going to be back with the rest of our podcast very, very soon, so don't go anywhere. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Carter Couch. So every week on the Carter Couch podcast, as I'm sure you know because you've listened every week before, haven't you?
Yeah, number one fan over here.
We do a section called Jake's Take. We thought about the names long and hard. We have Nathan's Nuggets, Karen's Conundrums, and Jake's Take.
Okay.
But for Jake's Take this week, I wanted to talk about Halloween, because this episode's going live on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
And we
should have dressed up for the occasion.
It was hard enough to get Al in. Never mind making him dress up. Do you know what I mean?
Could have wore your vest.
The man's digging us out to a hole here.
I could have got wigs and stuff like that.
I actually seen the videos of your Gordon Ramsay ones recently.
That's also my Trump wig, by the way.
Oh, it's the same one?
It just works so perfectly, yeah. No, it's the same one.
Budget and all that.
So I wanted to chat about Halloween, though, in general, right? Because I don't want to be like a Halloween Grinch. I'm Mr. Christmas. I love Christmas, by the way, right? But I just don't get Halloween. And every year, I don't know, it's much bigger in Ireland than it was back in Liverpool. But I don't get it. Like, I walk around taking the dog for a walk last night, and there's people with like body bags hanging off the house and like baby dolls with like blood on them. I'm like, is that not a bit much?
What house has a baby doll with blood on it?
That's a bit much, if I'm being honest.
Like, I'm just like, I don't get it.
Why would you
just
want
the odd few couple of witches and a pumpkin in the window?
I think a pumpkin, I just think after that it's a bit random.
I actually got scared as well the other night, because someone had, one of them like witches that makes a noise, and I'm walking the dog at like 11 o'clock at night, walking past this house, and I just hear, and I'm like, oh,
you're not supposed to get scared.
Oh well, I got scared then, but I just I was definitely more scared than Lenny, but I just don't like. I think we're getting very American with it, and it's all just a bit much, and I don't know what.
Yeah, but
what's
does it change when you have kids? Because they're all excited to dress up. Maybe it's because we only have Lenny. We're not experiencing it. Do you know what I mean?
It does. Like my wife would be a massive advocate for Halloween. She absolutely loves it, and
Yeah, but I'd say she loves dressing up the kids, and it's like you go trick or treating, and it's a family ordeal.
Yeah, it's a family thing, and I think with kids, you kind of. Your rekindled love kind of comes back from that. But Halloween, it's like stages I went through with Halloween. Like as a teenager, I loved it because it was, well, you know, as a teenager, it was a bit mad. Yeah.
No, I don't think he's on about dressing up. He's probably on about having a few drinks in the field, Jake. He's not about dressing up.
No, I never did that, Karen.
Yeah,
Do you have Mizzy night over here, though?
What?
Mizzy night? Is that not a thing?
No.
Over here?
What's that?
Oh, so in Liverpool we have like, it's called Mizzy night, but it was like Mischief night, which was the night before Halloween. So you'd have all the kids would go out, like the bold teenagers would go egging houses and like setting fireworks off.
That was just on Halloween night.
I love Ballyfermot, right? There's salt of the earth, people around there are lovely.
Yeah.
But on Halloween, the place is mental.
It's mental everywhere.
Bonfires and
Karen, even in Portmarnock, it's mental. We'd have a big bonfire in a place, a green called Woodlands, just behind an estate.
What is the meaning behind a bonfire? Why do people do it? Because the place is being bits.
It comes from
We used to collect the week of.
Oh, big pallets
and then the council will come and take it, and we'd be scrambling on the day of Halloween, and we'd have to collect.
I'll go around the neighbours getting any.
Yeah.
Good at getting rid of our rubbish.
And Scottish festival. That's where it started. So I don't know. That's obviously why it's bigger over here than it ever was at home. But I just don't know. Are we getting a bit corporate with it now, and they're shoving it in your face? Do you know what I mean? That's all I mean.
I agree with that. I think social media has become a massive thing now with Halloween.
Big part of it.
Oh, what did this celebrity dress up as? I think that's a load of.
I think it's as well a good excuse for girls to go around thinking they're bleeding the Playboy bunny. I'm like, I thought Halloween is a scary, like, woo, like going around. This is just me. Give me opinion. If you want to dress up like that, for
not naming any names, Karen.
Well, is that?
I just don't know. I wouldn't be me.
That film, my wife looked Mean Girls, isn't that sound from Mean Girls?
The thing from it.
It's the Lindsay Lohan. We'll go and dress up as it, you know. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Every year. Halloween is
But I mean, if I dressed up in a bikini, like, people wouldn't think that was nice. Do you know what I mean? Imagine me walking around to the pub in a bikini. I wouldn't be allowed in.
Why did you pick a bikini?
Well, that's what you're on about. The girls go around wearing like as if they're going to go swimming. Do you know what I mean? But they're just going into town. Like,
there's a lot of creativity with the costumes these days. I don't know what it was like years ago, but you've got a lot of makeup
years
artists.
ago, you used to just stick a bleeding sheet on you, and you were
that's exactly,
you were a ghost.
you'd put a bin bag and a scream
Or do you know
mask.
what I used to do? No, that was it. Or do you know what? Like the regular thing that I used to just stick on my sister's communion dress, and I was a bleeding princess, or else I was a scary bride. Or, do you know what I mean? That's all you got.
You'd have to think outside the box. But now you've makeup artists doing fucking all of these mad FX prosthetics and all, and it's
I never got out and fancy like that.
Gurulam.
He had
Brian
a Halloween.
They had a Halloween party. We were invited, but Karen didn't tell me about it, so we didn't go. Karen's usual social self.
Sorry, Arthur, but I know we couldn't make it, and I actually said I couldn't. I was teaching.
Coming back to that, like Brian put a video.
I didn't realise it was even Brian.
And the eyes were yellow.
That's mental.
He must have spent hours.
Shout out to Grace, the makeup artist.
Was that Grace that did that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I don't want to be a Grinch, but I just think leave Halloween to the kids and let's have like family friendly decorations outside that don't scare me.
Well, yeah, and that's the way it is. Like I'll say it out loud. Like I'm the biggest scaredy cat when it comes to horror films. Like
I don't watch horror films.
My anxiety's too much.
Yeah, no. Do you know the new movie Smile that came out? I actually seen everyone. Well, exactly right. Everyone was putting up blah blah blah. I says to Jake, Jake, maybe we'll be like mad and we'll just stick it on. We stuck it on, right? And I didn't realise it was before the actual film started. They show a little snippet of whatever was happening in it. Oh my God, I was like, quick, get it off. And that whole night, Jake kept, what did you keep doing?
So the whole basis of the film is there's like these people that just, I don't know what happens because we turned it off after 10 minutes, but they smile. But it's just a real like...
Creepy smile. And he kept doing that when we were lying in bed. So I was like, no.
But is there tension? Is there like tense build up?
Oh, it's all
I hate that
music
shit
as well.
No, I couldn't watch it.
Tense, quiet build up scenes and then there's a jump scare. Like you know it's coming, but I cannot stand it.
You couldn't pay me enough money to watch that.
And I'm someone who studied film. I studied film in college.
Right.
And I should be. Like my favourite Halloween film is Halloween, the 1978. Yeah, because there's not many jump scares in it. It's a bit kind of creepy as well. Like it's scary, but it's watchable.
Yeah.
It's watchable.
Well, Karen that night actually was asking if I'd go and sleep in the spare room because anytime she looked at me, was doing a smile and she was like, no, get out of here. I just kept looking to her. I was just going.
No.
So that's my Jake's take on Halloween.
So this is my Karen's conundrum for this week.
Here we go.
Right,
I'm in
seeing
for
as
it
I'm
again,
here
I bet.
with two lads, and they're both obsessed with football, which that's fine. I get that.
I never actually mentioned. I'm surprised I got a Man United fan on the podcast. Like,
Yeah, now Liverpool and Man United. This is actually
think
mental.
about this, lads.
So first of all, I think it's mad that fellas get so obsessed about football, right? First of all, they're just running around after a ball. You're gonna hate me for this. But like they're all paid millions, and all these people are getting like paying their whole off to go to a match to support these people running around after a ball that don't like anyway. But FIFA, I don't get FIFA to the extent of like sitting there playing like.
You mean the game, don't you? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Playing
what
online.
else is, playing online football, and like Jake be pure, like I'd be like, all right, are we doing? So yeah, hang on one second, and he's on this game, and I'm like, who's that you're playing? And first of all, can I say he's always losing? But when I check and I'm like, Jake, you're shite at playing it. Oh no, this is just no, like he's really bad at playing it. Where like fair enough,
I'm
you're
really
winning,
good.
I'd be saying like fair play,
I'm
he's
not
deadly.
standing for this on my own podcast.
No,
Saying I'm bad at FIFA.
no, yeah, actually, you're shite. Like he was playing. Put it this way, he'd just be playing kids on the other side because there's someone out of the studio and they play against him, and he's still losing. But I just don't get. Like, would you sit and play FIFA and get all like hot and bothered by it?
Yeah.
It's addictive.
Yeah, when
like-
you play online, I haven't played I'm not a fan of the new one, by the way. I think
He just downloaded the new one as well.
FC25.
it's well, it's called FC now. It's called EAFC, and it's just become the same old. Like the gameplay hasn't. Listen, I'm boring you to death with that, but it's the same.
Yeah, but so
game the last few
you
years.
do actually sit
No,
and
but
play
I'm a
it.
sucker for it, and I play it online. I play Call of Duty a bit more online now.
Oh, Jake loves
no,
that as
God,
well.
yeah.
He's
I haven't played
shite
COD
at that
in
as
years,
well.
though.
Though.
Yeah.
But I think it's
You
like,
need to jack
I grew
it
up
in.
with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And my best mate Paul, he still lives in Liverpool, and he
Oh,
will
they
play PlayStation.
No,
So
can we talk about the headset?
You
Oh,
bought
when
me
you
the
walk
headset
in and he
that
has
came
this
out,
headset on, I'd be like, no, full on ick.
Well, I put it on because I don't want.
Oh, you
to
have a
wake up my
headset as
kids.
well?
Well, I don't want to wake up my
Oh,
wife.
look, you give an
so I
excuses.
have the volume and the headset.
Yeah. And do you
No.
do you get that into it that you're like, will get angry if you're losing and stuff?
Yeah, but I have my voice chat is off.
Yeah, so you're not chatting to
I'm
anyone.
not chatting.
No, I don't chat. I only chat to like me mates. Like if Paul's on the other and we're playing.
But during the lockdown, everyone was playing Call of Duty. They were playing Warzone.
Yeah.
Jake was one of those, everyone.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were all playing Warzone, and it became like everyone's personality.
I love nothing
know, I just
more than
don't
after
get
a
it.
long day, right? You've done whatever. You could
Yeah.
be gigging. Like even last night, I didn't tell Karen this, but I got home from a gig at like midnight. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll just play half an hour on FIFA.
Did you?
Yeah, so I just stayed up and played FIFA. And then Cam was like, oh, what time's getting? And I was like, got in at 1. But yeah, I love switching off and just playing PlayStation. I don't know, maybe like there's probably plenty of
I
females
just
as
think
well
it's
that
the
love it
fact
too.
of like,
I agree with him. Like years ago, it was frowned upon. Oh, you're playing video games. But I'm sorry. Sometimes it's a good thing to switch off
an outlet, yeah.
from the stress of life. You don't have to listen. I'm not one of these people that I can't obviously as well. But I'm not going to play for 4 or 5 hours straight.
Yeah, well, you have
know what I mean?
kids, yeah. No,
me
You
neither.
have kids, you know.
Yeah, wife would
but I
be
do
kill
enjoy it. Yeah, she would kill me, and my God, like she got me. Last Christmas, she got me a PlayStation Portal.
You got me that?
oh
Is
my
this
God,
the
is
little
this
one with the screen?
Now, can we have a
got me
moment?
that
I'm
for
actually
Christmas.
sticking Jake's up on eBay because he doesn't even use it and it costs me a bleeding
I
fortune.
do
That's
use
expensive.
it. I use it because we're in an apartment, right, and we've
Yeah.
only one living room.
I
So
got
now
it for
she
a
can watch
reason.
the TV.
Yeah, it's as if you're
Yeah.
taking the TV.
But you know what? She bought me it, and then she watches the TV, and I go to play the PlayStation, and she's giving out. She's like, "Why aren't you watching Netflix with me?" I'm like, "You bought me this thing so
Yeah,
that we
I'm
can do
actually-
this," and she's still giving out.
It's a bit choppy though when you're playing.
there's a lag on it, like,
the frame rate.
Yeah,
isn't
oh,
the
Oh,
same
that's
as
an
it in the
excuse when he's
TV.
losing, lads.
Right, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with our Carter Council, joined by the one and only Al Foran.
You.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Carter Couch, where we are with the one and only Al Foran for episode number 6. We are going to go to our Carter Council now. We've been sent in some stories from our listeners, and they want our completely unprofessional but expert advice on what to do. Right,
no.
the first one here. Hi, guys. I absolutely love the Carter Couch. It's the highlight of my week. So my Carter Council is football related. My partner is a huge Man United fan. Boo. And we've recently moved in together. He loves watching the football at home in our house, but every time there's a match on, he gets way too into it. Shouting, screaming at the TV every couple of minutes, especially if he's a United fan this season. It also completely dictates his mood for the rest of the day. How do I get him to tone it down because he's starting to give me the ick? This is actually the perfect Carter Council for you, Al.
I'm actually so surprised because I've become numb.
Did you write this in?
No, I have become numb to how badly they play.
Yeah.
So for that fella to be up and shouting and screaming and letting the results get to him, I mean, fair play to him. No, honestly,
I
he's
get where
obviously
she's
in a
coming
good,
from, though.
he's obviously in a good mental frame of mind.
Yeah, that he can still
because
be at it.
I went through that phase. This has been going on 10 years since Ferguson retired. United have been below par. Below par is an understatement, really.
Well, to be honest, though, it was before time. Like, I grew up with United at the top of the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's great. I'm loving this as a Liverpool fan right now.
I'm sure you are. You know, I'm sure you're really enjoying it. But like, I think it's when United start to do well. And don't get me wrong, I watch every game, but I know what to expect.
What's coming. Yeah.
I know what's coming. I think a couple of the bad results during Ten Hag's first season, where we were playing well and we thought we were in an upward trajectory, I was getting very passionate. I did get passionate a few weeks ago. I think it was against Spurs where we lost 3-0, where Bruno got sent off. I was cursing him, you know, and then that ban was rescinded, you know.
In general then, right?
See, that's a bit like my conundrum. I don't get how you can let somebody that's on bleeding millions a week affect your mood.
But I just think it
is mad.
If you're into football, you're into it. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but I just think like these are on such a big wage and you're getting so mentally affected by a result, really. They still get their wage at the end of the week. They're grand.
But
they do.
There's the good stories. I remember Barcelona, the semi-final a couple of years ago with Liverpool, when we brought it back and we got through into the final. I was actually crying at the TV. Like, Karen came in and she was like, "Oh, for God's sake, what's going on here?" She was filming me and everything. But I think, especially when you support a team from such a young age, you do get into it. And I think your girlfriend or your wife, they have to kind of know that.
My whole family, I mean, my uncles supported United. They had season tickets for years. They made friends with, you know, these season ticket holders from Salford who are like my uncles now. So it's a real family thing. You know, and my brother's a massive United fan. It's just, for me, it's passion. It's a thing that'll never go away from me. And now my father-in-law, and it comes as a surprise when they don't.
So I think the advice to this lady or man, it doesn't say, is to just embrace your partner's love for football, and if he's upset, leave him, just let him be. And if it's happening in the house, just send him to the pub to watch the match, or send her to the pub. Do you know what I mean?
But I find it funny as well, because anytime my wife would walk in and I'm watching United and I'm very quiet on the I'm
she
quiet
just knows
now, and she sees the scoreboard. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then she walks back into the kitchen.
Well, at least she's having an input.
True.
Right, we have time for one more Carter Council. This one says, "Hi guys, I love the podcast. I listen every Thursday from the Kingdom of Kerry. Can you please keep my name anonymous? I was listening to a previous episode where you chatted about predictive text mishaps, and this week I had a mishap of my own that I would just like to share with you. My boyfriend and my boss have the same name." You can see where this is going. "And I was rushing home from work the other day, and I went to send a message to my boyfriend saying, 'I miss you, wish you could keep me warm tonight,' with a cheeky emoji." She hasn't said what the emoji was. But I only seen once I arrived home that I had accidentally sent this to the wrong person, my boss. My boss read the message and just replied with a smiley face. Oh, God.
Oh God, no! He's just
I don't know what to do. Oh, Lord. So she doesn't know what to do. Just reply with a smiley face. I'm presuming, by the way, this is worded that this is a female and the boss is a male. Yeah. What have we any advice there?
I think you just play it up. Oh, sorry, so and so.
You've got to say this was for my boyfriend.
This was for. Oh yeah. A couple of the nervous laughing emojis as well will help
boss
there.
Just
ease the
sending
situation.
Smiley face is a bit creepy.
The boss sending a smiley face kind of throws a spanner in the works, really.
I'm not going to give you advice, but surely there's a HR that needs to get involved somewhere there. Jeez, that's not... I don't know what the dynamic is or where they work either, but...
Oh God, no! I actually am a bit in shock over that. A smiley face back, I'd just change my job.
Worse. At least there was only a smiley face. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Like, you get the two blue ticks.
Does the boss know that you're in a relationship? I need to know more. I feel like this could be the start of
just
something.
change our job.
I think go with the same approach. I think change your job. I think go with the same approach that you would have if the boss had read it at two blue ticks. Just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This was meant for my partner." Blah 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 blah, and put in those nervous
laughing ones.
Nervous laugh emojis.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
That's the only advice we can give.
No, I'd
really,
be gone. Come here.
I
No jobs
understand
worth
why
that,
you
be
wanted
gone.
to keep that anonymous. Right, guys, before we go, we're going to try and do a little prank call. We're going to prank call Nathan. We've laid a little bit of groundwork, and Al is going to pretend to be President Michael D. Higgins.
I'm going to just say...
We hope this is going to work.
You better answer.
I know,
He gives out to me for not answering the phone now.
Is
Here we
this
go.
is this for...
So I've texted Nathan saying,
Yeah.
me and Karen were at President Michael D. Higgins's garden party a couple of weeks ago, and I text saying there's someone who's messaged me that is looking for your number for something to do with President Michael D. Higgins. So hopefully he will answer. So I think if we start off pretending to be the staff and then go into Michael D. Higgins, that it could work.
Okay.
We try it.
Hello?
Hello, Nathan. This is Sarah here from Arsenukron.
Sorry, the line's bad there. Who is it, sorry?
Sarah from Arsenukron. We wanted to put you through to... basically, a request has come in from the President to speak to you on Uachtaráin. He wants to speak to you about an inquiry.
Oh, lovely. No problem at all. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to patch you through to him now. Just if you... Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello,
How are you? No, I'm great. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm not too bad, sitting in wet Fermanagh. It's raining as usual.
Well, you know, the weather's been awful terrible the last couple of days now, you know. It's been fairly mild, but, you know, the weather, it hasn't been the best. But, no, the reason why I'm ringing you is because we'd love to... We're inquiring about, you know, giving you an award for your contribution to the music scene, the country music scene in particular. And we really appreciate what you've done, and it's been, you know, wonderful, and you've caught the imagination and the wonder of so many people in the country.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh,
that's a huge honour.
It's no problem at all. Well, myself and Sabina, we're big fans of you, and, you know, you're a lovely young lad, and that's one of the, you know, it's one of the great things about you. You know, you're a very humble lad, and you're great, and, you know, what you've done for the country the last couple of years has been so impactful.
Oh, I really appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you.
Absolutely. Well, it's...
Hello.
Oh, you fucking bollocks.
That's it, you're right for not doing this episode, mate.
He'll get the award, don't worry.
Say thanks to all.
Nathan, sorry about that.
Right, Nathan, stay on the phone. Guys, that's all we have time for Episode 6 of The Carter Couch. We want to say a massive thank you to Andrew, who's there on our cameras, to Brian, our producer, and the one and only Mr. Al Foran, who's joined us today. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you all next week for a brand new episode of The Carter Couch.